All right, all right, all right. How's everybody doing out there on this awesome, 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 blessed Saturday? We are blessed to have the legendary Miss Patsy Torres. How you
Thank
doing today,
you.
Patsy?
Thank you. Good to be
You're
here.
you're very welcome. It's a blessing to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Um, to start off, can you let everybody know what Patsy Torres has been up to?
Well, like everybody else, March of last year, everything just stopped. All the shows were rescheduled and rescheduled. And that's when I just can't sit around and do nothing. And that's when I just sat down and started writing songs. And then I said, you know what? I think I could get an album out. And I just started writing and writing. And sure enough, I kicked out an album over the summer, a whole album.
Yes, and that album, that album is hot. You got a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see if
wow. That is
there it is.
um
I don't know if we can see
there
it.
are a lot of hits on that album.
And I still
Um
there's still another one I'm really excited about that I haven't released yet.
which one is that one? Or is that for later on?
It's for later on. I'm gonna release it hopefully when people can actually go and dance. I'm gonna do a music video on it also. Actually, we just did a music video before the end of the year on my Noticias Falsas song with the band,
Oh,
real music video.
that one is I love that song. I would love to see the video.
Oh, it's
That
it's
song
gonna
is
be crazy.
awesome.
I mean, yeah, and of course, what was going on at the time and which is going on now with all the craziness going on. That's why I wrote the song because I was just once, I never really got on social media that much or watched that much news or got into the YouTube and all that. And when I did and saw all this fake news, I couldn't believe how people were being lied to and things were being spun and so I had to write that, just telling people don't believe everything you read.
Yes, yes, that is true because um everybody, I think they're just all out just to make a name for themselves. And when I heard that song, Noticias Falsas, I was like, that song is perfect, especially for the occasions that's going on right now. Everybody's just trying to just spread a lot of rumors. Like I was reading on Facebook
Misinformation,
too that there's that big rumor that was put out about Johnny Canales also. That,
Oh, you got frozen. Are you still there?
yeah, there was so yeah, but I'm friends with I'm friends with his wife and his family members, and they were they confirmed. And I thought, why would people do that? Why would they put out false information like that? And then what came to my mind was your song that I hear on the radio all the time.
Well, some people just, I guess they don't have anything to do. They want to cause drama, but Noticias Falsas was also targeted at what was going on to the country and the world. Because, our whole world is fighting right now because of this misinformation that's being spread all over. Because this is the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. And we're proud to be Americans. And there are celosos, there's people that want to bring our country down. And they are spreading bad things. They're putting brother against brother. This is terrible what's going on right now. It's very concerning.
Yes, that is so true. A lot of questions that I have, Patsy, that I've had in the past that a lot of people have been commenting is that Tejano music is dying. What's your aspect on that?
It's not dying, it's evolving, because that's what music does. All through the years, music evolves. And if you listen to Tejano music just 10 years ago compared to Tejano music 40 years ago, it's different. And that's okay, because Tejano means Texas. The Tejano is in our blood. We're Texans. And Tejano music is also family music. It's music that the whole family can enjoy because it always has clean lyrics, not like some of these other genres of music. So it's okay when we're appealing more to the new millennials, the newer generation, and that's okay. That's what's going to keep Tejano music live, our music.
Yes, that's exactly right. I mean, and it's a shocker because I mean, it is a lot of the younger generation that I mean, with the DJs and the people that are still promoting Tejano music, it's still living in like our kids, and hopefully it will still live on with our grandkids. I mean, that is artists like you that keep going and they never stop. I mean, because you've had so many hits. I mean,
Thank you.
it's it's unbelievable. And well, we're
No,
gonna do one of your hits.
I couldn't do it without the fans, the people that buy the music, listen to the music, request the music, and the people like you that play my music. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you.
thank
Otherwise,
you.
they'd never hear it.
Yes, ma'am. And we're gonna do one. As a matter of fact, this was one of the first CDs I bought of Patsy Torres, and this was one of the songs when I started DJing. This was a song that I would always blow up, and it's called "Abrázame." Okay, unmute it until it starts. On this song, "Abrázame," I mean, can you give us a little background on this song?
Well, the song, it was originally a song from the 60s. It was an English song called Hold Me Tight. And that was I did an album with Manny Guerra, the legendary Manny Guerra. And
Wow.
I believe he translated the words himself. And so that was all his brainchild to do that. And over the years, like you said, people are always requesting that song. So I've had different dedications for it. We call it the Papa song. So like, we're like, it's the potato song. And then on Father's Day, oh, it's the Father's Day song for Papa. And then when the Pope came, I was like, oh, it's for the Papa, the Pope. It's the Pope song. So I just had it. I was using it for all kinds of different reasons.
Okay, and here we go with the first song, "Abrázame."
Ya no quiero oír los alborotos del pasado. Ven, abrázame, abrázame. Deja ya el pasado que se quede en el olvido. Abrázame, abrázame. Hoy yo sé que soy culpable y no lo voy a negar. No pude ver que lo que quiero es tu querer. Pero hoy todo ha cambiado. Yo te quiero aquí a mi lado. Abrázame. Pa, 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 Ya no quiero oír los alborotos del pasado. Ven, abrázame, abrázame. Deja ya el pasado que se quede en el olvido. Abrázame, abrázame. Hoy yo sé que soy culpable y no lo voy a negar. No pude ver que lo que quiero es tu querer. Pero hoy todo ha cambiado. Yo te quiero aquí a mi lado. necesito. Si tú regresas, para siempre te amaré.
All right, all right, all right. That was one of Patsy Torres' greatest hits. One of her greatest hits. Abrázame.
And there's people re-recording that too now. I just saw it the other day. Someone re-recorded that song.
I mean, that song is like, I mean, you can still play that song today. I still play that song today.
My band, we still play it.
I mean, so like you said, you are still recording music. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you're due to all this that's going on, you're still not ready to go perform.
Well, I keep getting messages that okay, they're rescheduling it again, and they're rescheduling it again. So I don't know when venues are going to be open, because I mostly do the big festivals and theaters and stuff like that. So unless we do some maybe outdoor things that are safe, that people can go to, because I'd hate to go to a concert, play for a concert, and then a bunch of people are there close together and they all get sick. That's not what I want to happen. I want to be careful and everybody get vaccinated and knock this thing out.
Exactly. Well, you I have a lot of family and friends that wanted to know, will you be going back to SeaWorld, that performing at SeaWorld or Fiesta Texas or any places like that, where I mean they want to get the best of both worlds?
It all depends on safety. It's all about safety. I mean, if I know that my band and I will be safe and that the audience will be safe, then yes, of course. I mean, we love doing live performances. We love talking to people after the shows and signing stuff for them and seeing them out in the front, smiling faces and yelling and singing our songs. I mean, we artists live for that, that we feed off their energy, and we miss that. I miss being able just to hug people. Now we're doing the fist pumps and the elbow pumps and the long distance hugs, air hugs or whatever, we're trying to be, reliable and not spreading this thing.
Yes. Right now we have so many people on right now that the internet is like, I'm having trouble with the internet. I'm having so many people on right now. I have so many questions. Questions are like, does Patsy Torres have a particular song that she likes?
Wow. Usually my last song that I do is like my favorite, whatever my latest song, like the one that I'm told you that I'm going to release, that's still on my album, that we're going to do a music video on. I'm real excited about that one. But of course, I love my Noticias Falsas, that one, and the Dame Tu Corazón, and all those other ones. They all have different meanings for different reasons. One of them that I've always loved was my first great big hit, which was Te Juro. It was a cumbia, and I wrote it right after I got married, because I was a newlywed, and it was kind of crazy for my husband, because everybody wants to hug you and kiss you, and it's kind of it gets crazy out there. So I guess he was a little insecure. So I wrote the song Te Juro, just saying, I swear you're the one, you're the only one, you'll always be the only one. And that song was the biggest hit of the album. It got BMI's Latin song most played, and I still get royalties from it today. So that's a song that'll always be one of my favorites. Oh, and two things happened with that song. I sang it in a concert we were doing in Mexico, in Monterrey. We were there at the expo. 110,000 people, Mexicanos, out there screaming, and they were singing my song with me. And that was just unbelievable. The second unbelievable was when I performed in San Antonio here at the Majestic Theater with the San Antonio Symphony, and they played my song with singing. So those those are big things about that song that I'll never forget.
Wow, that is awesome. Another song, a song that right now, Patsy, that I'm promoting, that it's off of your new album. When I heard it, I was shocked because this song right here is my wife's favorite song in
Oh,
English. And when I heard it, when I heard you play it in Spanish, I was like, wow. This next song is called Regresa a mí.
oh, yes.
No me abandones así, hablando solo de ti. Ven y devuélveme al fin la sonrisa que se fue. Una vez más, tocar tu piel y profundo suspirar. Recuperemos lo que se ha perdido. Regresa a mí, quiéreme otra vez. Borra el dolor que al irte me dio cuando te separaste de mí. Dime que sí, ya no quiero llorar. Regresa a mí, no puedo olvidar. Extraño el amor que se fue, extraño la dicha también. Quiero que vengas a mí y me vuelvas a querer. No puedo más si tú no estás. Tienes que regresar. Mi vida se apaga sin ti a mi lado. Regresa a mí, quiéreme otra vez. Borra el dolor que al irte me dio, no te separaste de mí. Dime que sí, ya no quiero llorar. Regresa a mí. Ay, 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 ay. No me abandones así, hablando solo de ti. Devuélveme la pasión de tus brazos. Regresa a mí, quiéreme otra vez. Borra el dolor que al irte me dio cuando te separaste de mí. Dime que sí, ya no quiero llorar. Regresa a mí, regresa a mí.
That's right. That's right. Regresa a mí. That is a song off of Patsy's new CD. And that, like I said, that's my wife's favorite song. And the fact that
What's her name?
my wife, Melanie Maes.
Hi, Melody. Well, thank you. The reason I put that on the album was because we were losing so many people. And I know so many people are hurting. In my heart, I know that they never leave us. I know they go to heaven, and I know it's beautiful, but we can't help but miss them. And that's why I put that song on there.
Yes. I mean, you are so right. I mean, and I mean, basically, you are one of the artists that I've always known that you do great. You do like phenomenal when you do remixes of English songs. What was it? 1986 was it when you did Whitney Houston's "How Will I Know" at the Tejano Music Awards, right?
Yeah,
You
I
remember that
remember
one?
doing that, but yeah.
You remember doing that one? I mean, that one
Yes.
was a hit. I mean,
What's
you
funny is
told
I was dating my husband at the time, and I kept thinking while we were dating, I was like, how will I know if he's really the one? That's why I like that song. I always think of him like, how will I know?
I mean, you shocked everybody because I mean, the Tejano Music Awards, everybody expected Patsy to come out with one of her Tejano hits, and you just came out with Whitney Houston. How will I know? And I mean, that was like a jawbreaker. I mean, everybody's like, wow. I mean, because you came out and you did that song justice.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was, I mean, I still remember the whole thing. I mean, I still remember you even wearing a gold outfit. I mean, when you came out, I mean, because I played that song over and over and over because I was like, wow. Because at that time, I mean, Whitney Houston was on top of the game with that song.
Oh yeah.
I mean, was it like, I mean, was it hard to do something like that, knowing how sometimes at the Hanos, they may take offense because they're like, this is a Tejano Music Award, it's not an English awards, and you being an icon, I mean, coming and doing something like that.
Well, I guess the thing with Tejano is Tejano fans, they love all kinds of music. And Tejano musicians and singers, we can practically sing anything. That's the beauty of it. I mean, you don't see a country singer being able to come and do Tejano music or do rap music or soul music, but look at all the Tejano singers that can sing jazz and do rap and do top 40 and do soul. I mean, there's like no limit with Tejano musicians and can play also. Look at
Yeah.
when just a regular drummer tries to do a Tejano drum beat, it doesn't. It's a unique beat. It's a smooth, this rhythmic beat that Tejano drummers have. It's not like the country guys. They think it's like that. They think it's a but it's not. It's this real smooth thing they do on the snare and with the drum. It's just beautiful, and that's just the beauty that Tejano fans can appreciate all kinds of music.
Yes, you are so correct. And that brings to another question. It says, does Patsy enjoy singing with mariachi groups?
Oh, I love it. I love it, especially when I put on my traje. I have two trajes, two beautiful trajes, a black one that's got gold and gala and red on it, and then I have a white one. And I call it my cultural armor when I put my mariachi outfit on and my sombrero. I just feel I feel the Mexican culture of my father because I'm half Mexican. I even have a Mexican citizenship. My father was from San Luis Potosí, so
Oh wow.
I'm half Mexican. My mother is American. She's German, English, Irish, Scotch with a little Jewish, Heinz 57 they say. But boy, when I love singing mariachi, like I said, it's just something about putting on the outfit and singing mariachi music. I just like puff up. I'm like, yeah, I love it.
Um, who, if you would have to say one of your biggest mariachi inspirations, who would that be?
That would probably be someone like, well, Rocio Durcal did a lot of stuff with mariachi.
Mhm.
So, I love her voice.
Yeah.
I love Ana Gabriela also. There's fantastic singers out there. So those would be at the top of the list right there.
Yes. I mean, Rocio Ducal, Ana Graviel, Yolanda de Rio. I
Yes,
mean,
of course.
those are like,
Lola Beltran, of course, way back, Cuckoo Cuckoo.
yes, I know you did that song too. That
I
was
love
like,
that song too.
I mean, there's just so many hits, Patsy, that I mean, you have that I mean, honestly, I had to like brainstorm and limit it down. I had to limit it down to so many, because I mean, we could be on here for like 3-4 hours if we would individually say, okay, this song, this song, this song. Because I mean, you just everything you came out with was basically like, I mean, fire. I mean, it's a song that you could play over and over and over and over and over. I mean, so that's why making a list, I mean, was just like very hard for this presentation. I mean, because I mean, it's very hard.
You're too kind.
No, thank you. I mean, another question a statement that we have here, Patsy. I mean, I had hit you up. It's been like what, 3 years, 4 years,
something like that.
Yes, because I had hit you up because my uncle, his name is Ricardo Fuentes, and I don't know if you remember that I hit you up because I wanted you to sing at his funeral. Because I mean, he literally, this is a true story, Patsy, true story. He went to see you at Fiesta Week perform, and he had a heart attack after seeing you perform. I mean, we all laugh about it because I mean, gracias a Dios that he was okay. But I mean, you were like, I mean, I have his come here. I have his grandson right here, which is my sound man, Patrick, and I have his daughter over there.
Oh yeah, if she wants to come say hi.
I mean, and it was like I'm gonna let her come in and say hi because this interview, Patsy, is like something for my whole family. I mean, come in and say hi, Sue.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I mean,
we just can't believe it. It was so awesome to actually see you here in the interview. Because yes, you were his idol. And I could just still hear my mom getting after him. But he just enjoyed every song you ever put out. And we just lost him last year. And he still would videotape and argue about his videotaping when you'd come out on different interviews and shows. But he loved every song you ever put out.
Oh, God bless you, and God bless him. God bless him in heaven.
I'm sure he's dancing in heaven right now.
He's with us right now. You brought him up, he's with us.
He would fight with Ralph over the VCR to videotape.
Oh yeah.
VCR, oh my gosh.
That was they would fight over who's going to videotape Patsy and the shows. And we still, when we went through the house, found all those videos. We still have them where, he was always, oh, Patsy's going to be on TV tonight. Patsy's going to be on TV tonight. So, of course, they would argue about who's going to use the VCR that night. But it's so wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure to meet you. La familia.
Yes, it was family affair all the time, right, Ralph?
Yes, that's the reason, Patsy.
Were you a DJ back then?
What's that?
Were you a DJ back then?
I started DJing when I was 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so I mean, I have all the Patsy Torres music. That's why I say,
Yeah, when you were Blossom, I was like, whoa, he's going back.
Yes, I mean, to me, in order for you to be a DJ, I mean, you gotta have something from all genres. I mean, and like I said, I mean, you still are, one of my musical favorite icons. I mean, and when I finally got a hold of you, I mean, that was like a blessing. I called everybody and told them, Patsy Torres, she might do a live with me. She might do a live with me. And then when you confirmed it, that was like a big blessing. I mean, this whole interview, Patsy, I mean, you do not know, like I said, you do not know how much it means to the whole family, to the Maes family, the Fuentes family. Like I said, I hit you up on Facebook and I had asked you, and you were going to do it. You were going to sing at his funeral, but you were having rehearsal practice. So you weren't able to make it because you were trying to change your rehearsal practice. and you could, you were in the middle of making this new album and stuff, and you were practicing with your band. So you said, I'm sorry, I would love to be there to sing at his funeral, but I mean, I couldn't. So I mean, it was understandable. I mean,
Were you allowed to have people there? And
yes,
I know how
yes,
strict they were.
yes. This was before. This was a little
Everybody
before
shut it down.
COVID, barely before COVID hit. I mean, and so that's why it was something that, I mean, even the fact that you responded, I mean, was a blessing to the whole family. Because when I let them know that, I mean, you would have done it, but I mean, you're practicing and stuff. Your schedule was hectic. So I mean,
Was it in March or?
It was in August.
it was in August.
It was August.
Yes.
Oh, COVID was already going on, right?
That was 2 years before.
It was 2 years.
2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah,
You're
2 years
saying last
before
year. I was
COVID.
like, whoa.
I mean, they're filling me in as you're asking these questions.
You know what? Last year just went like, it's hard to believe. Just last year is just gone. It's 2021 now. It's just.
Yes, it's 2021, and with the blessing of God, everything's gonna fade away, and we will be seeing Patsy Torres on the stage. And with that, Patsy, I mean, if you don't mind, I know you also came up with a song that's called Papacito Mio.
I wrote that one, yes.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Can you let all our viewing audience know the story behind Papacito Mio?
Well, once again, it was after the lockdown, and I was writing my songs, and I'd been wanting to do a song for my father because he had passed away the year before, and I had a relationship with my father that went bad during my teenage years, and it got really bad between us, and it got physical. He was an alcoholic, and I ended up running away, but they caught me, and then I ran away again. They caught me again. So I ran away again, and I never went back. So I was on my own when I was playing in a band to make money, but as a trumpet player, not a singer. And I became a singer, but I was estranged from my father and my family because my father was, when macho Mexicano, and he was like, you're dead to me. So I wasn't allowed to talk to my mom, my brother and sisters. So I was pretty much on my own out there. I didn't think I'd become a singer. I was just playing my trumpet to pay for college because I was going to college. But the years went by, and God caused something to happen that we had to get together and work together. And we made up. And I'd forgiven my father before that. I'd actually prayed about it, and I forgave him. And
wow.
We got together, and the amazing part that I didn't even realize until after I wrote the song and people were asking me about it, I never had another argument with my father for the rest of his life. Nothing. And I'm saying my mom had arguments, my brothers, sisters, they fought, they yelled, blah, blah, blah. I never had an argument with my father for the rest of his life. That was truly a blessing. So, God does great things. And even though that relationship, we lost 7 years, over 7 years, I was estranged. I was like, I was dead to him. I considered that I didn't have a father. I got real cold and hard-hearted. Nothing could make me cry. I remember doing debuts and weddings and seeing the father dancing with the daughter out there, and talking about, how much they love him. And I was thinking in my mind, playing my horn, saying, my father doesn't love me, but I don't care. That's how cold I got. It wasn't until I started praying, finally down in the deep depths of self-pity and anger and hurt, and that I started praying, and I got out of it, and I forgave him. And then God made something happen to where we had to talk and get together. And from then on, total blessing. And that's what the song is about. Not everybody has that perfect relationship with their dad. If you do, you are so lucky. But I was lucky that it was resolved and better than ever.
Wow, that is so awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, the history behind that song, and it is a beautiful song. And that's the next song we're gonna play, Papacito Mio.
Don't make
Pienso en ti todo el tiempo, eras mi mentor y mi primer ejemplo. Me enseñaste a ser fuerte con buena moral, me hiciste sentir especial. Trabajabas con mucha entereza para apoyar nuestra familia entera. Extraño tus chistes, tu risa y humor. Es difícil esconder mi dolor. Papacito, papacito mío, cómo te quiero, cómo te extraño. Hubo un tiempo en que estuvimos distanciados, no hablamos durante muchos años. Estábamos sufriendo, pero éramos tan tercos, el orgullo nos mantuvo separados. Pero gracias a Dios la relación se salvó. Con el perdón, entendimiento surgió. Mi corazón se puso muy feliz y con paz, porque tenía mi papacito una vez más. Papacito, papacito mío, cómo te quiero, cómo te extraño. Tú siempre serás parte de mi vida. Y yo sigo tus consejos todavía. Aunque lloro por ti, mi fe es fuerte. Yo sé que te tengo a ti para siempre. Papacito, eres mi angelito. Siempre estás conmigo, te veré en el cielo. Papacito mío.
Wow. I mean, that song is, when I heard that song, I mean, that song was, I mean, it hits. It hits. We have a lot of people that are commenting, that's a beautiful song, dedicated to my dad, dedicated to my husband, that passed away. I mean, you did wonders. You did blessings.
I cried. I was crying when I wrote it, and then I was crying when I was recording it. Then I was crying when they were playing it back, and then I put together a little video it's on YouTube. I put together a video with pictures of my father, and oh my gosh, I just couldn't stop crying. Then I put it together, and then I'd watch it and cry again. In fact, I'm pretty sure if I watched it again right now, I'd cry again. Because we can't help missing the ones we love, even though our faith is strong and we know they're good and we know they're with us. We can't help but miss them. And I know my father's with me, because when I was finishing writing this song, I was writing it in the middle of the night. That's when I do my writing. And I just heard this. I heard.
Wow.
And it was in the window behind me. And it's a second story. I'm like, how is that? And I was just kind of frozen. I just kind of glanced out the blinds. I didn't see anything. I mean, someone would have to have a ladder for one thing. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that is, and it just stopped. I kept writing. Then I finished writing the song, and then I have another room. I kind of have two offices, kind of an office and a studio. I'm in the studio part of it, and I'm doing some of the work, and the finishing touches on the song. Then it's again. Can you hear that? And it was coming from another window there, also up high. So I'm like, okay, this time I'm going to look out. I'm going to see what it is. And it was a little bird. It was a little bird that was not, it sounded so loud. It was like, I've never seen a bird like it before. It was like the size of a sparrow, but it had a little black head like a cardinal. And it was gray. It was cute. And then when I saw him, just to prove it was him, he did it again. And then he left. I never saw him again. And I think it was that, they say that God will they'll send little animals, the spirits to come. And he was just letting me know, hey, I'm here. And my father, in the end, well, years after we made up, he just walked up to me one day and he said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I treated you like that. I'm sorry. He apologized out of the blue. We weren't arguing. I just went to visit him. Hi, Daddy. And he just kind of looked at me and said, I'm sorry. And that meant so much. So he realized what he did, that how he hurt me, how I had to run away. But you know what? It made me a stronger person. It made me who I am. And there's a reason for everything. And those last years, what a blessing. So, hey.
Wow.
Our parents are blessings, and we're part of them, and it's up to us to carry out the legacy because they're with us always.
Yeah. Yes,
Your
ma'am.
dad's
Yes,
with us right now because we're talking about him.
yes. I mean, they, like I said, my uncle right now in heaven. I mean, he is like shining down. I mean, because like I said, Patsy, I mean, this whole interview. I mean, thank you. I cannot say thank you enough. Because I mean, you always been a blessing to my whole family. I mean, because you're up there. I mean, you're up there with the greats. I mean, you're up there with Laura Canales. I mean, you're up there with Lisa Lopez. I mean, all the
my
greats.
friends.
I
Laura
mean,
used to call me the Chicana Madonna. That was Laura.
I mean, you're up there with the greats. I mean, and like I said, I mean, if only you knew how much you meant to my uncle. I mean, everything was Patsy Torres. My first concert that I attended here in San Antonio was one of your concerts that I had to go with him because my aunt wasn't going to let him go alone. So he was not going to miss it. So she said, the only way you go is if I was to go with them because I was living with them at the time. And I mean, I went with them. I mean, and you put on a heck of a show. I mean, every show you put on, I mean, even at Fiesta Texas, I mean, you put on a heck of a show. Everywhere you have performed, I mean, you put on a heck of a show. Is there the next song? Because like I said, Patsy, to me, it's about promotion, and I know that right now you're promoting your new album. And the next song we're going to play is called, what's the next song we're going to play? Amar Hamas. Can you give us a story behind that song?
Yes. Well, actually, this one is not on the album. This is a project that I'm doing with a man named Xavier Chavarria. And he's called Third Coast Texas A&E Entertainment. And he's putting together a compilation album with a lot of different artists. I know that Johnny Hernandez is on there, Marcos Orozco, David Farias. And so he came to me and asked me to do this song for him. And of course I said, sure. I heard the song and everything. I said, yeah, let's do this, and you've got Gilbert Velasquez on there and Chente Barrera, Juanito on accordion. I mean, you've got all these great artists on there. So this is going to be an album that's coming out later out in the year. And in fact, they're talking to me about doing another cut on the album. So this is a separate thing. You can download it from YouTube.
And this
Hamas.
Amar Hamas. That's a banger. Go ahead.
Me he enamorado tantas veces, creí saberlo todo, y ahora tú me tratas muy mal, y ya no puedo aguantar, y parece que yo nunca volveré a amar, jamás. Volver a amar, no, yo nunca podré amar. Volver a amar, jamás. Volver a amar, no, yo nunca podré amar. Volver a amar. Hello?
Hey, baby.
Oh, it's you.
We need to talk.
No, we don't.
She didn't mean anything to me.
Well, I guess I didn't mean anything either.
Would you just please listen?
It's over. Las cosas que yo oí de ti, pensé que eran mentiras, pero cuando yo te vi en sus brazos, me derrumbé llorando, y parece que yo nunca volveré a amar, jamás. Volver a amar, no, yo nunca volveré a amar. Volver a amar, jamás. Volver a amar, no, yo nunca volveré a amar. Volver a amar,
Oh, wow. I mean, that there is a lot of talent on there.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. Are you gonna come out with the video for this one? I mean, I like the way you were acting. I mean, I like the way you role play the whole thing. That is like awesome.
You have to. That's what makes the song to me. It's like, see you later. I don't think so.
One of the questions that I was noticing was, do you still play the trumpet, Patsy? And
I
if
do.
you do, have you played it on any of your latest singles?
I haven't recorded any, but I performed it in Las Vegas. In fact, the one that really got me to do it was my sweetheart friend Shelly Lares, because we did the big grand baile for the Tejano Music Convention. This was a few years back, and they put us together to perform together on the big stage. And she said, "Patsy, it'd be so great if you could play your trumpet." And I was like, "Oh, Shelly, I haven't picked it up in years." She goes, "Well, couldn't you just practice?" And so I took the challenge. I said, "You know what? Let me see what I can do." So I started rehearsing, and of course my embouchure was gone. So sounded like a nasty little pea shooter when I first started, and my lip was hurting so bad, like poop. I was like, oh, but I just kept practicing because I only had to learn 2 songs, so I said, I could do this. I could do this because I used to be good. So I just practiced and practiced. And that night we pulled it out. Everybody freaked out, So then I started doing shows with Street Talk Band. And this is a band that has a big brass section. And they have a female trumpet player, Rosie Salinas. And so I was like, So I said, well, I could play trumpet with them too. So I started playing trumpet with them too. And so now I perform with well, not right now because of COVID. So I do a show with I work with Street Talk Band, which is a big 6-piece brass section. And then I added a brass section to my band, which the girl trumpet player, Rosie, she's in my band now.
Oh, wow.
So she plays trumpet and flugelhorn, which if you know flugelhorn, it's a larger trumpet looking, but it has a real lower mellow sound, almost kind of like a trombone, not as low, but beautiful, So we're just looking forward to doing the shows. You'll see her in the music video that's going to come out for Noticias Falsas.
That was going to be next. Okay. The next question that we want to ask you is let's see, how could we put this? I mean, it's so hard. I mean, because there's just so much that everybody wants to know about Patsy Torres. I mean, behind the scenes. I mean, like, what's Patsy Torres like? Like, some questions. I had some workers of mine wanted to know, what does Patsy Torres like to do for fun?
Oh, for fun! Wow. Well, I love escaping and watching a movie. What I used to love to do was just like ride horses. I love horses. I love to ride. It's been forever. And ever since the lockdown, which is, gosh, it's going to be a year practically, the only escape is movies, pretty much. Try to take a nice drive, with my husband and see some landscapes, but you don't want to be around a lot of people, spread anything. I want to be real responsible with my family and friends. I don't want to catch it and give it to them. A lot of them have underlying conditions, and there's little ones in the family. There's a 1-year-old, a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old. I don't want to jeopardize any of their lives. And so, it's for fun. Like I said, movies, just visiting with my family, and still working with the music. And for me, doing what I'm doing right now with you is fun. I enjoy this. So I look forward to it. I look forward to being able to know you more and your family. And thank you. This is fun for me. So thank you.
Thank you. And we still gotta get you to come sign my banner.
Yes.
Yes, because you still gotta come to sign my banner. With all the other celebrities that have signed it. Destiny and Rigo Navaira. I mean, I was blessed to have them sign it. Micaela Garza, she's a new upcoming artist. So, I mean, con el favor de Dios, the next one will be live here. And so Patsy Torres can sign my awesome banner I got back there.
Yes.
I've had some questions saying, can we get Patsy to please sing something, just any little thing, just so they could hear your awesome voice live. They've heard it from the studio. And another reason, Patsy, that brings up another question, because since I've been interviewing artists, it was Mike Gonzalez. I was interviewing Mike Gonzalez, Jimmy Gonzalez's son.
Oh, wow.
And he told me that at one of their concerts, that a lady came up and she was being real rude to them, saying, I don't even know why I even paid to come see y'all. All y'all doing is doing playback. I mean, y'all are stealing everybody's money because y'all not even singing. Your dad's not even playing the guitar. Why don't artists come out and perform anymore? And so he said it, on my live that I had with him. So you know what I did, Tiger? I said, I talked to my dad and I told my dad, And so my dad told me, you know what, find that lady, and I want you to bring her up here. I want you to take her to each one of us and show her that we are playing live, that we're not doing playback. So I mean, so he's like, Tiger, that really upset my dad, because he said my dad is a perfectionist, and for somebody to say that we're not performing. So after that, I usually try to get the artist to see if they could sing a little something to show the people that, I mean, you're going to get the same quality whether they're on stage or whether they're at home. So is there a certain
that's a big compliment when they think that, because remember all those years at Fiesta Texas, people would think that I was faking, because I don't know if you remember how I would jump all over the stage and be dancing at the same time. And they said, oh, she must be faking, because she can't possibly be jumping up and down and dancing while she's singing. But it was because of my years in high school playing the trumpet in marching band, how you learn to hold your diaphragm and you're marching, and the notes, you're holding the notes straight, and smooth. So I learned to do that, and it just went right into my singing and dancing without me even realizing it. And people would think that I was up there faking,
Yes,
So
because you did do a lot of jumping around, a lot of dancing.
I know, like a jumping bean. I know.
And
When
you were
the
still
music is
singing.
going, I can't hold still. When music plays, I'm just like, I have to move. It's just the way it always has been. I was a hyper kid too. I think that was one of the problems with my dad, because I was hyper. But okay, so you want me to do something?
Yes. You said Rocio Ducal is one of your biggest influences. Can you do right now with, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but right now with all this COVID and everything going on, I think, could you be able to do maybe Amor Eterno? Would you know that one by any chance?
Ooh, I'd need the lyrics for that one.
Is your husband there?
Yes.
Well, can you tell him if he can hold the phone, if he could bless us all and Google it real quick, lyrics, and if he could bless everybody and hold the
Can you
phone.
Google it, David? Are you doing that? Amor Eterno. I was going to sing for him. I was going to sing Te Juro.
Just for,
Me preguntas si eres el único en mi vida. Ay, te digo que sí. Okay, he's working on it. Still looking for it.
is it? That one was a good one. That one was a good one.
Yes. Yes, the lyrics. Well, just give me the song, then I can just lip sync.
With everything that's going on, with everybody that's lost somebody,
I know.
I think, that would be a blessing if you can, give them a little bit, whatever you can. In memory of everybody that's lost somebody.
I know. But the comfort is for those that have lost people, because I know we've lost so many people in our music business, DJs and musicians and their family members, and in fact, some friends of mine, and nobody knows this yet. A good friend of mine is Javier Galvan. You know who that is, right?
Yes, Fama.
Okay, well, him, his wife, and his daughter just got over COVID.
Oh,
They
wow.
hadn't. But they got through it, and he said part of it, if you know Javier, he's a very, very holy man.
Yes.
He's a pastor,
yes.
And he's a dear friend of mine. He just wrote a book. He's doing some great stuff. He's truly blessed. But he said part of it was the fact that he was very healthy, that his family had been eating very healthy for 3 years now. They take vitamins every day, and that's part of how they were able to fight it off. And they tested negative now. He's okay now.
Yes.
The whole family. So thank God,
Yes,
he got through it. And so now he's got antibodies in him, and hopefully he'll be fine, because, he's always out there helping and doing things for the community and praying for people. And, he's He's truly anointed. He's a messenger. I truly believe that.
Yes, I was blessed to take a picture with them at the flea market.
Oh,
I
yes,
mean,
the Traders Village.
yeah, it's Traders
I've been on
Village. I mean, I was shocked. I heard somebody talking, and I'm like, that sounds like Javier Gavan, but I thought, what would he be doing out here? You know, to me, he's an icon. He's an idol.
He
I
is.
mean, and I strayed away from my family, and he was up there. You know, he was preaching, and I was like, wow, that is so awesome. So you know, I went. You know, I got a mask. Me and my wife bought his masks, and we bought the holy water that he had. I mean, that was a blessing. I mean, you know, the fact that he was doing that. I mean, that was
Well,
so awesome.
we performed together with Tejanos for Christ. We would tour different churches and raise money for the churches and bring people to Christ. And people would always come up to us after the concerts and say, I felt like you were speaking to me. I felt like you gave me a message. And there was always people, you know, after the concerts crying to us and sharing their stories. And I did a lot of those concerts over there at Traders Village with Javier also. And one thing that I remember that was crazy, that I do my ministry also with Javier. I sing a song and I talk, I sing a song and I talk. And I finished, and this boy came to talk to me, and he started sharing some very personal things about his life and his troubles. And he said, I had to come and see you because there was a giant angel standing behind you. He said it was a giant angel with giant wings. And he said, he said he saw this. And he said, that's why I had to come and talk to you. And I was like, wow. This place is blessed.
Yes. Wow.
Awesome.
That is so awesome. I mean, you know, and that's what I love about this interview. That a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, you know, did not know that you and Javier Gavan would do stuff. Do y'all still do that? Do y'all still
I haven't
go
done
out?
anything lately. We just spoke the other day. That's how I found out he just got over COVID, because he's finishing up his book. And I read his book. He sent me his book, so I just read it. So there's things I didn't know. I was really surprised by his book. I'm sure everyone's going to want to read it. So it's just a blessing that, you know, what he's doing. He's releasing the new CD set, and you know, he's not slowing down. You know, he had to for a little while because of the COVID. He was in quarantine for 2 weeks, but he's recovered, and that's the beauty of it. You know, and I guess it just shows you that we all have angels around us, and they're protecting us. So we just have to be strong, believe in God, forgive, get the hate and the anger and the fear out of our minds and our hearts, and just accept that things are going to be all right. But we have to get on the right track. Get rid of all the hate, get rid of the anger, get rid of the noticias falsas.
Exactly. That is exactly true. We're gonna do the next song we're gonna do, Patsy, is another one of my favorites off of your new one, the song that I am promoting on my SAS radio station that I DJ every night. It's called, which one do you think it is?
Is it
Dame tu corazón.
All right. Thank you. I wrote that one.
That's the one that I'm promoting like crazy right now.
Thank you so much.
That's the next song we're gonna be hearing. Patsy Torres, Dame tu corazón.
Sido mi mejor amigo, pero ahora quiero más que tu amistad. Cada día mis sentimientos crecen más y más. Estoy aquí a tu lado y segura que te amo. Dame tu corazón. Dame tu amor. Dame tu pasión, oh wow, dame la oportunidad de demostrar devoción, oh, no puedo evitar ni controlar esta emoción. emoción. Dame, dame tu corazón. Ay. Yo ya no espero, eres todo lo que quiero. No necesito a nadie más que a ti. Ya lo tienes, mi corazón y todo mi ser. Solo quiero estar contigo. Escucha lo que digo. Dame, 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 dame tu corazón. Dame tu amor. Dame tu pasión. Oh, wow. Dame, dame la oportunidad de demostrar devoción. Oh, no puedo evitar ni controlar esta emoción. Dame, dame tu corazón. Dame, 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 dame tu corazón. Dame tu amor. Dame tu pasión. Oh, wow. Dame, dame la oportunidad de demostrar devoción. Oh, no puedo evitar ni controlar. No puedo esperar. Te voy a amar. Voy a darte todo lo que puedo dar con mucha pasión. Dame, dame tu corazón. Dame, dame, dame tu corazón. Dame, dame tu corazón.
Okay, that one was Dame Tu Corazon. What was the are you gonna do a video for this one, Patsy?
I'm still debating because I want to do the video on that other one I want to release. And it's so hard right now because of all the lockdowns. You know, that's what's so hard about it, because before we did the Noticias Falsas, everyone had to make sure that they all were negative, that nobody had been sick. And because, like I told you about my female trumpet player, she had just had a baby. And she didn't want to take any chances. So when we got the video, everybody was wearing masks. We social distance, and we were getting camera placements and lighting. And then at the very last second, we took off our masks to shoot and then put them right back. And everybody was fine. You know, that was almost 2 months ago. They're still editing because we did all kinds of cool stuff. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for you.
I can't wait either. I wish you could give us a little something.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm not the one editing it. In fact, Lupe Moya is the person that's doing the video. You know, he's the one that did Ven Ven for Ray Ray.
Uh-huh.
And he did the Poodle Party video. Did you see my Poodle Party video with Michelle Shell?
Yes.
Okay,
that one too. Wow, that one is like.
This one is going to be like, this is even more. So that's what
more
we're
than
excited.
That one? Okay. That one is awesome.
More, yeah, because it's, hey, look what's going on. So you can imagine what's going to be in that video.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And you said by when will we get that one?
Well, he was just finishing it up. I would say in the next couple weeks at least. Hope to get it out. We got to figure out how we're going to do like the big world premiere, or how I would have loved to open it up in a theater. That would have been awesome. But
yes,
theaters aren't open, so what can we do?
Okay, Patsy. Can you just let everybody know, you know, a lot of the awards and stuff that you have been blessed to receive? What awards have you won? I mean, you know, that way everybody knows, you know, which they probably already know, but for the youngsters that are coming up and going to be following Patsy, can you let them know, you know, what all has Patsy Torres accomplished?
Well, I did get the TMA Entertainer of the Year 1 year. I did get the Video of the Year. I also got the BMI's Latin Song Most Played. I got Band of the Year from a local, it's called The Current. They had a contest. We won Band of the Year for that. I also, though, got a lot of different awards for my work with kids. I got awards for the war against drugs. leadership. I got the presidential citation from the LULAC convention, the LULAC Association. I've gotten big presentations from senators. The what? Oh, they named a river, one of the river boat barges after me. And yeah, this was back when they had names on them. And it was funny because it says, it was called the Patsy, and then it said, in memory of Patsy Torres. But one of my friends came in from out of town, and she saw it, and she started calling me right away. Are you okay? Are you okay? Because it says in memory of. I was like, no, I'm alive. I'm alive. Because a lot of the other people on the barges weren't alive anymore. It's like, oh no.
Wow.
So that was crazy. But just different awards for different. I just recently got Tejano Legend of the Year.
Wow.
from the Mustingon Radio Award Show, and they're going to be awarding us with different I guess little trophy type things, and so that was a big surprise, and I really appreciate Juan and Lila for doing that. Mendoza. I mean, I was like, Tejano Legend. I said, I'm not done yet.
Heck no, you're not done yet, because you also I also hear you on Sundays. You want to let people know about what you do on Sundays?
Oh, I have so much fun. Jaime Vidal, which is the leader of the Street Talk Band and also has Street Talk Magazine. Well, we have a Street Talk Magazine radio show every Sunday tomorrow from noon to 1. And we just share current events. We play music that you probably don't hear everywhere else because he talks about some stuff in the magazine. So there's some trivia, there's some information. We play songs from the people that are featured in the magazine. We play some of our stuff, and we have some little characters. We'll make you laugh. You know, we have fun. We give information, and we make you laugh, and then we entertain. So it's edutainment. I've always considered myself an edutainer. So we're having fun. So Jaime and I are doing this, and we'll be on the air tomorrow on KEDA 99.9 FM from 12 to 1. And so far, we're there every Sunday.
Yes, I hear. I mean, you are on
way. Thank you.
You are on rotation. I mean, all day long. I mean, Dame, Dame, Dame. I mean, that song is like, and you don't get tired of hearing it. I mean, because I listen to it. I listen to 99.9 all day long, and I mean, you're on rotation all the time. I mean,
well, they're awesome. I really appreciate Jerry Benavides and Leroy Shanana and Sam Almanza, Dr. Rex, all of them. You know, they're great guys, and KEDA is the oldest radio station. I mean, they've kept it real all these years, so we appreciate
those. And then those two crazies, they do the morning show. Oh my gosh, they are like, wow. I mean, you know, they make you laugh through the whole show. I mean, they are so awesome.
And we need to laugh right now. I mean, it's just,
yes,
for our health, we need to laugh.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, do you want to let everybody know where, you know, they could contact and where they can get your merchandise if you want to give those?
Yeah, I have masks too. In fact, my masks are awesome because they're real thin, but they're durable. You can breathe through them, but they stop the droplets. And I wear them all the time. In fact, I've worn them when I exercise. I can even breathe through them, and I can wash them. I've washed them 100 times. I mean, just because I wash them all the time. But it's just patsytorres.com, and get on there. There's merchandise, there's videos, there's bios, there's all kinds of information on there, pictures. Like I said, on the merchandise, there's masks, there's all the CDs. You can either buy my CD or you can download it. So everything is there. T-shirts, keychains, koozies, and vintage stuff too. Because, you know, once we were locked down, I said, you know, that's when you start spring cleaning, right? Go through everything.
Exactly.
I started finding posters and pictures that were in perfect condition that were just packed away when I moved and didn't know I had them. So I'm offering those too while supplies last, because when they're gone, they're gone. But there's some 8x10s, some posters, even a few T-shirts, but not many, because they've got to be in good condition. Want to be one with a big old stain on them, you know.
You know what, Patsy? I mean, my son took me and my wife. I can't recall where he took us to, but there's a store here in San Antonio that, I mean, they buy they buy those shirts and they sell them for like, you would be. I mean, I saw some shirts there, Patsy, that, I mean, you're talking $150, and it was a shirt,
For a vintage Tejano shirt.
vintage anything.
Oh
Yes,
wow!
yes. I mean, they had so many shirts out there, and I mean, they were old. I mean, they were old. They were torn, and
What?
yeah. I mean, I wish my son was awake. So, I mean, so he could let me know what the name of that store was. But like I said, I was like shocked because, I mean, I walked in there and I'm like, they want $150 for that shirt, mijo. I mean, I
They
mean,
probably aren't going to wear it. They're probably going to frame it.
yes. So
Yeah.
I think, somebody was to get one of your shirts. I mean, no matter what condition it's in, I mean, they would probably, I'm gonna be honest, they probably would sell it for a lot of money, your vintage stuff, because I mean, that's hard to come by. That is very hard to come by. I mean,
When it comes to t-shirts, I have just a few vintage ones, just like almost nothing. But so once it's gone, it's gone.
okay, and all that they could buy it on the www.patsytorres.com merchandise, right?
Mhm. Yeah, but I
Okay.
encourage you to go ahead and check out the whole website because there's lots of good stuff on there, lots of bio information, pictures, videos. Instagram is on there too. Just a lot of stuff on there that you can just, check it out.
Okay. But because if you, I mean, in the beginning of the program, I had my technician over here. I told him, hey, make me an awesome video, an introduction of Patsy
I like
Torres.
that. Thank you.
But you know what, Patsy, you do not have that many videos out. I mean, that was what was so hard. I mean, you do a lot of your videos are live. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know. And I
yes,
didn't record them either. For people just doing with video cameras or phones and not the best
yes.
angles, not the best lighting
So
or
it was so
audio.
hard. It was so hard to make a video. I mean, because I like to, I usually like to play videos, but I mean, I was like, wow. I mean, Patsy does not have that many videos out. But this next coming year, you are basically letting everybody know that there will be a lot more Patsy Torres videos.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So the next time we do one, I will have a whole bunch of Patsy Torres videos, right?
There you go.
To show everybody. I mean, because it was hard. Because I mean, he brainstormed and he's like Tiger. He's like, Patsy don't record videos. She has never really recorded that many videos. Everything she does is live.
Yeah.
You could find a lot of live performances, but not music videos.
Yeah. I
I
agree.
mean, but so
We
2021
want
is going
more
to be the
video.
year. Yes, everybody wants more videos of Patsy Torres, music videos. I mean, any kind of videos, because I mean, that would be a blessing to everybody.
I
Okay, Patsy. I mean, I know that you have a lot of things to do because I don't know if everybody knows this, but you are a doctor. Is that correct?
a PhD, not a medical doctor. There's a difference.
Okay.
PhD. I went to University of the Incarnate Word, and my PhD is in organizational leadership and education.
Okay. So they could be looking for you as a PhD. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do speaking engagements. I do motivational speaking and keynote speaking. So I've spoken to a lot of different organizations, teachers organizations, youth organizations. And because of my degree in organizational leadership, I can speak to companies too that are going through changes or they're trying to get employees motivated, so stuff like that. And then because of my ministry, of course, I speak at churches and religious organizations also, and share my story about my dad and about what I've been through, and my being saved, and what God and the foundation of my faith has done for me through the years.
That's awesome. I'm trying to also read the comments, to see what I mean. There's a lot of people on, a lot of people commenting.
I wish I could see those comments. Thank you for listening and watching, everybody.
But this, like I said, con el favor de Dios, like I always say, if me and my sound man, if we did everything correct, this is going to be on YouTube also.
Awesome.
So this whole video is going to be on YouTube, under Patsy Torres and under DJ Tiger Maes, both of them. So that way, you can go back and you can share it, and
sure,
you can edit whatever you want to edit out. If you want to edit me out and just do the interview about yourself, that's fine. Yes, like I said, thank you. It was a blessing. Thank
you.
Before we leave, because like I said, I know you got a lot of things you got to do. It's already getting late. This last song I'm gonna do, like I said, it almost brought back, because you and Javier Gavad, y'all do, y'all get together and y'all do things, do you remember, which I know you probably do, but doing Tejanos for Hunger?
Yes.
Somos Hermanos. I think I'm the only.
Oh my God. I was just starting. I was like the very beginning. And I felt like, what am I doing with all of these big stars? I'm a nobody. I was so honored to be there.
Yes. And the video, it's so awesome, because it's you and Emilio shaking hands. That's a huge
video in forever. So wow.
Yes, but we're gonna. I'd like to thank you for doing this, and once again, on behalf of myself, on behalf of the Fuentes family, on behalf of everybody out there, everybody from Hereford, San Antonio, all the surrounding areas, on behalf of SAS Radio, which I am on there at 8:00 is my time on SAS Radio, and I will always be promoting Patsy Torres. You are a blessing to everybody, Patsy. Please keep up the good work, and thank you. I'd like to also say thank you to your husband for allowing you to do this, for taking time, because you're probably supposed to be making cena right now. You're probably supposed to be cooking for him, so you probably made him go
he's gonna go pick up something.
That's what I was about to say. He probably had to go get Whataburger or something, because you didn't have time to cook for him. So thank you to your husband. He's a blessing.
Yes. Thank you. You are a blessing, and what you do for us, because you and so many DJs have kept the music alive, even though you can't see us. The fact that you do this, not everybody can do this, what you just did with this program of yours. I didn't even know this existed. This is so awesome, and you introduced me to this. I thank you. I thank your family. God bless you. And I was also entertained by that little kitty running all over the place in the back.
I know. That was embarrassing. I'm gonna have to tell my daughter-in-law that she's got to put him in timeout.
He's so cute. I love
the only reason we have him is because that's the closest I'm going to get to a tiger. Because
I was going to say
they won't let me buy a real tiger, so that's the closest I'm ever going to get.
No, but I really appreciate this, and like I said, this was something that I really enjoy it. I enjoy it, and that you were able to connect me with people, and they could ask me questions and hear my music and find out a little bit about what I've been doing. So I appreciate that so much. Thank you to you. God bless you. Your family, the Fuentes family, everybody, thank you. Everyone listening, everyone watching, God bless you. Be strong.
Thank you, Patsy. Like I said, thank you. And con el favor de Dios, the next one will be live here at the house, so you can sign my banner because I do need Patsy Torres to sign my banner. That will be the icing on the cake when I get Patsy Torres to sign my banner with all the rest of the celebrities that have signed it. But thank you, Patsy. Good night. We're gonna end it off with the song that I end off every night with, the song that means a lot to me, to everybody. 1986, Tejanos for Hunger, Somos Hermanos.
Thank you.
Debemos unirnos para dar amor, ayudar al mundo a vivir mejor. Debemos unirnos y enseñar lo que es amor, ayudar a todos quien desea de un favor. Debemos unirnos y entregar en nuestro querer, ayudando hermanos que no tienen que comer. Debemos unirnos enseñando lo que es extender la mano, es ser un amigo fiel. Somos hermanos, somos amigos, demos la mano, demos cariño. Somos hermanos, somos amigos. Debemos también ser amigos. Demos la mano, demos cariño. Debemos unirnos para dar calor a aquel que nos ha...
All right. We're going to end it off.
Wow, memories.
Good night. God bless.
Good night. God bless.
Ayudar al mundo a vivir mejor. Debemos unirnos y enseñar lo que es amor, ayudar a todos quien desea de un favor. Debemos unirnos, entregar en nuestro querer, ayudando hermanos que no tienen que comer. Debemos unirnos, enseñar unirnos para dar calor. Aquel que no sabe lo que es amor, debemos unirnos, enseñando nuestra fe. Aun siendo hermanos, de ser amigos también. Somos amigos, demos la mano, demos cariño. Somos amigos, demos la mano, demos cariño. Somos hermanos, somos amigos, demos la mano, demos la mano. Somos hermanos, somos amigos, demos la mano, demos cariño.
Our volunteers.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. TDK de Miramontes. Much love and blessings, TDK. Much love and blessings to everybody. To Jesse Torres, to Alvin Valadez. I mean, so many people, but most of all, thank you to Miss Patsy Torres. Y'all subscribe to her Facebook page. Y'all get her merchandise. Y'all follow her, Javier Gavan. You heard they're gonna be back together, doing ministry. They're gonna be out there, giving praise to the man above, because without him, we are nothing. DJ Tiger Maes, I will be seeing tomorrow night. I will be on Sauce Radio. Next week, I have Luis Ayala from La Fiebre. The following week, Tony Guerrero, the Windy City Boys, DJ Tiger Maes, my boy my sound man, my technician, Patrick Maldonado. We're going to the top. Thank you. Good night. Thank you once again to Miss Patsy Torres. Patsy, see you on YouTube. Good night. God bless.